Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl JoJo, and I'm here with the review for Sistas season 1, and this is episode 2. So, I'm going to hold off my comments until the end of the video. So, let's just get to the review. So, I didn't take notes for Sistas. I took notes for the Oval, though. But I just watched it, so it's kind of fresh on the brain. So, we're going to start with that. So, the episode, let's go person by person. Maybe that'll be easier. So, Andy. I think that's the lawyer girl's name. So Andy is talking to Gary's wife, and she's asking Gary's wife, "Do you have proof? How do you know?" Gary's wife has hired a private investigator, and the private investigator is making some headway because he gets up early in the morning to go to the gym, but he parks at another building near the gym, but doesn't go in the gym until an hour later. Now, the other building, of course, is her apartment building. So she's looking nervous. She's also telling her that Gary is an abuser, Gary is a liar, Gary is a cheater, but the only thing is Gary is very, very careful when he cheats. And no, it's not his first time cheating. He's been doing this. She knows that something is up. She knows that eventually he is going to leave her, but she wants to beat him to it. So Andy is really freaked out. She goes to call Karen, and Karen is just like, "You need to tell your boss." Like, I don't know what else you want me to say. Karen done spilled her own tea because Zach is in the bed with her. So, but we'll get to her in a minute. So she tells her, "You need to tell your boss. I don't know what else to tell you." But the man that she's describing is nothing like the man that I'm with. But of course not, right? You know, when you are dealing in an affair, it does allow you to be a totally different person. There's no stressors there. There's not the stress of that relationship, the relationship problems, possibly any financial problems or problems with the kids. Just the stress isn't there, the longevity isn't there, so you get to be this different person. So of course she's not describing the same man that you deal with. But she goes back into her office, and A tries to tell her boss that she can't take the case, she's not going to be able to do it. Listen, uh truth be told, she told me she wanted a black woman, and you're the only black woman around here, so you're going to do it. She goes in to try to convince the lady, "Look, I know a person who would be perfect to take this case. No, the perfection would be you. I want you to take my case. Oh, girl, you got the $1 million for her, whatever it was. She told me that you were like a counselor to her, and I need that right now. So it's going to be you." So now she's dumbfounded. She doesn't know what to do. The girls are going to go to lunch, and I'm going to go over that lunch scene in just a moment. But before they start lunch, her and Karen are talking one-on-one because Karen's the only one that knows that Gary is married. And Karen is telling her, "I'm not sure what else to tell you. I don't know anything else about the law. I don't know what you need to come up with to get old girl off the case. I don't know what to tell you." Now, I think what I would have told her, I'm not saying I know nothing about the law either, but I probably would have told her, "You need to get in touch with Gary. Let Gary know, look, your wife is hot on your trail. She believes that you're lying to her. Actually, believes, she knows that you're lying to her. She's going to find out. She came to my office today. Of course, I can't represent her. So, what you need to do is you need to see if you can get her to backpedal on this whole divorce thing. You need to see if you can start to woo her, bring her some flowers, let her know that you in it to win it, and stay in your marriage until you ready to get out of it, because I don't want to be involved in this at this point in time, and it's too close for comfort. So you gonna have to do me this solid. I'm gonna keep your secret, but you're gonna have to do me this solid." That's probably what I would have done. Or she can come clean to the wife and say, "Look, it's me," and then maybe see where it goes from there. Like, that's the only two options that she really has, because her boss is probably gonna want to know what's up, and once he finds out what's up, it might cause him to look at her differently, and then she's gonna affect her career. So I mean, it's bad all around, actually, once you think about it. So that's why we shouldn't deal with married men, ladies. So anyway, let's go to Karen really fast. So Karen is in the bed with Zach. You know, they had their little night or whatever. You know, she got what she got. And when they wake up that morning, Zach doesn't understand why everything isn't cool. Like, why are you still mad at me? Are we going to keep going through this just because you want to be mad? No, not because I want to be mad. Because you think you was going to come in here and give me some, and then we were going to get back together. And that's not how it works. You were out there doing whatever you want to do with whoever you want to do. And the entire time I was laying there, I'm thinking to myself, does he do this with her? And he wants to know why she's thinking that, which actually, I don't know about anybody else, but I totally understood her when she said that, because it reminded me of when I was dealing with this dude. One day I might talk about it, but ooh, child, it was a lot. I have to get permission to talk about it anyway. But um, right around the time, like some parts of college, and then right around the time I graduated college, I mean, it was just, oh my gosh, it was such a mess. But sometimes I used to be thinking to myself, like, you know what, this right here, I see why these other heifers won't leave you alone. Same reason I won't leave you. I see why we're all having a hard time. But anyway, that's what I understood what she meant when she made that comment. So she's telling him, I the whole time I'm thinking about what if you're doing these things to her, and I just can't take it. What I really want is you out. Just because we F does not mean anything has changed. And so when she says, I want you out, he agrees. He doesn't put up a fight. And so she finds that to be suspect. So you really gonna leave now? I said, ladies, what do we want now? You just told the brother to leave, and now you get mad that he said he was gonna leave and then put up a fight because now she believes that the other woman is letting him live there, and that's why he didn't make a big deal, because he had somewhere to go. I said, see, you knew he was a homosexual before he started crying the other night. So if you knew that already, why are you surprised that the homosexual has used what he does have to his advantage to move into another home? See, that's one thing. That's the difference between, see, this right here, this you can get you a payment. This can get bills paid. This can get you some money. This can actually be of some cash credit value. The what the men have, it can get them shelter. It may not get them cash per se, but it will get them shelter so that they can save their own money. I have recognized that much with the homosexual population, when it comes to men anyway. And then there are female homosexuals too, but their thing is a little bit different. But you know, the saving money is the same. So anyway, he's going to homosexual at somebody else's house, and she is suspicious about that. So when she does talk to, she ends up calling the banker girl, and for the life of me, y'all, I can't remember her name. I feel so bad for not being able to remember. But she ends up calling the girl that works at the bank and telling the girl at the bank, Zach left here without putting up a fight. I find that suspicious. You know who I'm gonna call? I'm gonna call Danny. And she says, don't call Danny. Do not call Danny, because all she's gonna do is lead you deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole. She's gonna be all over Instagram, all over Facebook, trying to put together a story that's not a story. Don't call her. We all have a homegirl like that. That's a private investigator for social media. And she says, you know what? You're right. I'm not going to call her. But she does want to call her. She says, I know you're going to call her by lunchtime. So you tell her I said hello, because I know you're going to do it. And she said, I'm not going to do it. Yeah, but she kind of did it. She did it at lunch. So the banker girl gets some flowers at work. And, you know, her coworker is hating because he thought the flowers was for him. And he is so funny to me. But she's smelling her flowers. And he said, they ugly anyway. I don't care. I didn't want none of them flowers. But the flowers are from Calvin. Surprisingly, I remember his name, that she had a date with the other night, and he wants to know, can she do lunch? So her friend tells her, listen, don't make yourself too available, which I agree. But she says she doesn't want to play games, and I'm not really sure what world she's living in. But listen, if you don't want to play the game, like her homeboy said, you ain't gonna win if you're not trying to get in the game. This is the only way to date. And like I always tell ladies, you tell them that you will play the game, but you gonna be the coach. Okay, I'm not gonna be no team player. Only place I'm gonna play in this game is if I'm coaching. So she says that she ain't gonna play games. She gonna go ahead and go to lunch. So they do go to lunch. Now, at this lunch, her and Calvin are talking. She wants to know why he's single. Calvin says because he has a crazy baby mama. He said because he has a child, and then said because he has a crazy baby mama along with his son. Him and the crazy baby mama met on Instagram. You know, she was at that big booty, had him going crazy, slid in the DMs, got together, had sex one time, and she got pregnant. Now, y'all tell me, are you guys having unprotected sex with people that you meet on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat? Tell me that you aren't, especially my younger ladies and gentlemen out there. Tell me that you guys are not doing that. If you are doing that, you need to stop it. And I know some of y'all doing it because I watch enough paternity court to know that people are having sex on the first date, second date, third date, no protection, having these babies. Y'all protect yourself, protect your livelihood. Some of y'all are not stable enough mentally, or emotionally, financially to be having these children. And I know, just don't do it, y'all. Protect yourself, please. Please don't get yourself caught up in no situation with a crazy woman or a man who is also crazy and don't want to do nothing. Okay, just don't do it. But that's my soapbox message for today. So, um, after that, she's just kind of looking at him intrigued. I don't know why she's not alarmed by the fact that he, hit it one time on the Instagram DM big booty girl. But okay. So anyway, she crazy, and he don't really like dealing with her. But that's a lot of the reason why he is single. Only had sex with her one time. So then somebody walks in the door, and the guy is clearly like I don't know if we want to say cross dress or trans. I don't want to get the words and stuff wrong, but he's a man, but he's dressed very feminine. So he comes in, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, Calvin! Oh my gosh, so and so!" And they kiss, and it's round the lip. It wasn't on the lips, or was it round the lip area? Either way, too close, too close for somebody I'm interested in. And she's alarmed by all of this. So her gaydar was already up because the bank friend said that he still believes that he was attracted to him. I still believe he wanted me, and I'm holding firm to that. So Calvin is talking to him, and they're really excited. And the guy, one of them said to each other, "Last time I saw you, you were in a lot of pain." I think the guy said that to Calvin. I'm just like, well, he could be a nurse. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm giving the brother too much. Child, what would y'all have thought in that situation? But Karen says she got to go, and she kind of eases out the door when he goes to get the check, and she runs out. Now she runs out to lunch with her girlfriends, and this is where I'm going to put everybody together. So Danny showed up. Okay, so it's Karen and Andy first, and then Danny shows up. Now Danny feels like something is going on because y'all two don't never invite me to lunch. So what's up? Okay, is you and Zach broken up? I'm so very sorry. And she was just like, this has nothing to do with me and Zach. Okay, well, what you invite me here for? Is it about that stuff I put on the Amazon bill? I was going to pay you back on the first. Well, I didn't know you did that. But no, it's not about the Amazon bill. So she just like, okay, so you just invited me to lunch. They say, yeah, we just inviting you to lunch. And she was just like, okay, let me go ahead and get my drinks off. But Karen later tells her it does kind of have to do with Zach. He left the house today, and he left the house without a fight. Oh, okay, so he at the other girl house. And she said, exactly. See, we on the same page. It's always nice when your homegirl join in on your conspiracy, because now you feel like you really got a friend. So Danny is just like, listen, I'm going to lay the whole thing out for you. We're going to figure out what's going on. By this time, Bank Girl done showed up. Now, when Bank Girl shows up, Bank Girl reveals that, she's late. So everybody is trying to leave. But then she reveals that she think he might be, I guess, gay, or he kissed a man or something. So now everybody want to know the tea. So as she begins telling a little bit of the situation, somehow Karen's business got worked into that. And so when Danny says she's going to figure out all the information, she's going to lay it all out, she's going to put it all together, Karen says, do not go down this rabbit hole with her. You remember the last time she chased that lady down, and it turned out to be somebody's mama, and she got broke up with over because apparently she done beat the lady down, and it was the a 70-year-old woman with some red bottoms on who was her man's mama. But she say, look, I messed up then, but I know what I'm doing now. Now Bank Girl does tell them that she tells them exactly what happened, and they're kind of trying to fill it out, and just like, well, maybe you can just ask them about it. I'm not really sure what to tell you to do, but it does seem suspect. Okay, what was his name? Was his name was it Lons, or was it Lons? All of that. But it was a yes, hunty. They was doing a lot of jokes and stuff towards the guy. So she is confused about Calvin. She's going to get her bank manager friend to try to check up on him. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to just go, down my gay Rolodex because we all know each other. Girl, I don't really know what you want me to do. What do you want me to find out about him? I don't know anybody who knows him necessarily just because I am gay, which a lot of people do think like that. But she just wants him to try to figure out, because I guess she doesn't have the nerve to ask him herself. But I'm just thinking to myself, if you got to do all that, just don't talk to him. If you got to be doing all these tests and quizzes and, you're not really sure, just no. Just know if you got to have other people test them out. But I'm trying to think what else. Oh, Tiffany does confront Zach at, is that her name? Danny. Who is Tiffany? Danny does confront Zach at the airport and say, you really, really hurt my friend. You know that, right? And where you staying at? He ain't telling his business. Oh, you ain't no good. You ain't this. You ain't that. And he was like, I know. That's what your friend tells me all the time. So we kind of get the idea that Karen, a lot of Karen and Zach's issue is that Zach feels insecure and maybe not worthy of being with a woman like her because he doesn't bring much to the table, and she's always reminding him of it. Hence why he may go out and cheat, because he feels those insecurities, and when he cheats he feels powerful, or it's a boost to his ego again, because he's not getting any type of ego boost at home. Anytime he miss a bill, anytime he need to borrow the car, it's always a big deal. So Danny tells him, well, yeah, I can feel all that, but you need to get a better job. Not with my record. Okay, so now we know he might be a felon. I'm happy to have the job that I have that you are keeping me from, and I need to go. So she called him some more names, and he was just like, yeah, just like your girl calls me. It don't really affect me. But she doesn't really find out where he's staying. He never does say. My thoughts on this is, I know that a lot of us women, we can be guilty of picking out men that require a little bit of work, okay? Because sometimes that's just our type. They may be our type physically, but don't have the other stuff together. And I think there's a small group of us that don't want to be thought of as bougie, or don't want to be thought of as better than. Then there's a small group of women who want to be the financial person in the relationship because they know that gives them some type of power, and they want to have that power in the relationship. So you got all three there. You take your pick. But I think she's one of those women who saw Zach and kind of took a chance, thought he was attractive, was looking at what he brought to the table, knew he was a guy that was kind of struggling, but she didn't need his money. So, she wanted to be there for him and have her support, and probably have her eye candy too. And it sort of backfired, because I always say, you know what you're getting into when you get it. Now, granted, we don't know their whole story, but I've seen this happen, and I've seen this kind of relationship play out before. And I'm just like, if you knew somebody did not have the means to begin with, then you have to figure out what you love about them outside of finances to make your relationship work. If you want somebody that's bringing something financially, then you can't go off potential. You got to go with what's already there. So if he could have potentially made more but never aspired to it, you go off potential when you about 17, 18, 19, 20. By the older you get, it's just kind of like, it's got to be a little bit more there. Just be friends. Shoot. Let's just be friends until, maybe we could see if this could become something more later. I got to see what you about. But yeah, I don't really know. Y'all can let me know what you think about that. And then lastly, we have Karen at the grocery store. She's watching this family shop, get some diapers, real cute, and longing for a family of her own, I'm guessing. And this guy says it ain't all it's cracked up to be. And she just like, what? Excuse me? Well, who was talking to you? It ain't all it's cracked up to be. And she was just like, okay. And he said something else to her, and she kind of was just like, all right, like he was being weird to her. And he said, see, that's why you single right there, that attitude. You try to give a black woman a chance. And she said, a chance? What made you think you had a chance with me? I don't want you. And who cares if you don't date black women? That's your business. Then they get into a whole bunch of angry black woman talk, and we just want to be ourselves, and we belittled ourselves. We lowered ourselves to be with men like this, that, and the third. And come a whole bunch of homegirls out the aisle, they snapping fingers and carrying on. I was just like, now, Tyler. Okay, every time I say, now, Tyler, just know that I'm not impressed. That was something that I want to see in a stage play. I don't want to see that on the television show, please. But okay, we just gonna roll with it. We gonna roll with it. It was very stage playish of a scene. Then she outside in the car eating ice cream right by the door. Why? Why is she over there doing that? So I guess after he got told off, now all of a sudden he want to talk to her. And she invites him over into the car so they can eat ice cream together. And he apologizes because he's going through a hard time. Just found out his wife was cheating. No, what color was your wife? Well, I don't know why race matters. Oh, she wasn't black. So it was funny, but because he had made the black woman comment earlier. But they eat ice cream in the car and seem to be getting along well, I guess. And I guess it's gonna be her new, maybe possibly love interest. I already don't care for him, but he was in a tight spot when he made that comment. So I guess we'll see what's up with bruh. But that comment kind of threw me off in that grocery store. I think that's it for now. Y'all can let me know what you thought about the episode. Let me know what you're gonna think about the show. I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue to do either one of these shows, especially the way the storyline is playing out. Yeah, I just don't know. Like for the Oval, I'm kind of seeing, angry black woman again, and the down low story, y'all. That just all of that. I just don't understand why he won't hire writers. Just a couple writers to bring a fresh initiative. I mean, but I guess he feel like he got a formula. The formula works. People watching, so I can't tell y'all for sure. Y'all can let me know what y'all want me to do. I'll watch it for y'all. But like, comment, and subscribe. I'm about to do the Oval after this. Bye.